Have you guys had a favorite AvaLance scene this season? That you can talk
Definitely
about?
the tango. I mean, I don't know. Do you have another one?
Oh my God, my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
But wait. This is actually why. Because that scene to me, it's like the writers in their homage they do to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters. That's giant Bebo's coming through. That scene to me read like something from I Love Lucy. Like something from one of those, cookie cutter comedies from the 50s or 60s. It's just perfect timing comedy, something romantic's trying to happen, and then all this stuff happens. So it was like, be as goofy as you want, but it was like two women, and I'm like, awesome. Look how like that would so be a normal I Love Lucy, and now like, to flash forward 2019, I felt like this is so cool. This is so cool that we're doing this. And you know what I mean? It just wasn't traditional. We pushed the boundaries on that even, and she looked amazing. So come on.
I think it was probably like a lot cooler for you because you didn't have to be in lingerie in front of the whole crew.
Yep.
Touche. So
Camera guys were like this. They were like, action. They were like pushing, and they'd be like this. Do we get it? And I'm like, yeah. She got to be professional.
So speaking of AvaLance, were there any scenes that happened this season that are on the cutting room floor that we didn't get to see, or any moments from past seasons that you guys?
I don't ever remember everything that we filmed. So like if I watched an episode and then a scene wasn't there, I don't really remember. It would have to be something really big for that to notice it. But no, I don't think they've cut anything.
No, I am. I'm trying to think too. I mean, after our breakup, this last episode.
I don't know if it's a full breakup.
Well, when I was done. I was done. But I do know that, I mean, I remember shooting that scene with you, and we that director specifically really, he's an editor, and often when editors direct, they direct like editors, so they want the pieces that they want, and so we end up doing more takes. Sometimes it's just a very different thing. So we did that scene all the way through, which was a long scene for Legends. Like it was pages and pages and movement and snickerdoodles, like when you watch the beginning to the end. And I remember it was supposed to go on, and there was like Ava had like a full mental breakdown after she left, like at her desk of just like complete, and I did it over and over and over again. And then someone else was supposed to come in. Like there's a whole thing, and when I watched it, I was like, oh, you had me going on and on for hours about my beloved Sarah Lance. We gonna be fine.
Well, I think there's a lot of talk about how to handle that scene because we weren't sure. We're like, is this a breakup or is this a fight? And I think we actually shot a version where you said, I'm done, like a full, like it was very clear that it was a breakup. But then when we talked about it more, because what we also didn't want to do is like, we broke up, we didn't break up, now we broke up, and like doing the break up, get back together, break up, get back together, and like that kind of thing. So I think it isn't really a full, it's unclear whether it's a breakup or not, which I feel like, I don't know, you guys probably maybe had like a fight like that, and you're like, is it over? Is it not over?
I think we've all gone through that.
I think that's what this is.
Yeah, and Katie's so wonderful about relationship scenes, and we really talk it out of what the specifics, just being very precious about where we're at in the relationship. So we're both, even if we're not on the same page as characters in the scene, we know what we want the audience to come away with watching that couple after that scene, you know what we want. So yeah, and exactly my point, the editor, I think he wasn't sure how it was going to end the button, so we kind of did it all those ways, and that was exhausting. We know how it ends now.
So before we turn it over to the audience for questions, I wanted to play a little game of Would You Rather with both of you. I promise they're easier questions. So would you rather be the Queen of England or the Mother of Dragons?
Mother of Dragons.
Mother of Dragons.
Whoever answers first gets that one. So you have to be the queen of eagles.
Oh my God, that's a funny story, but you can't tell it. I just realized.
I really, that's like my dream.
Okay.
And I was like, I remember when I went in to the meeting last season, they're like, what would you like to do this season? I was like, well, I want to be the mother of dragons. And I want to like ride on, like a back of a dragon and all my clothes to burn off and me come out as the mother of dragons. Like, that's what I want.
I think you just launched 1,000 fanfics.
I'm still pushing
That's not
for it
the
for
end
next
of the
season.
story. And she can't tell you.
So I think that means keep watching. So would you rather fight to the death of a 100-foot Bebo or a man-eating magical unicorn?
Bebo. Fight to the death of a 100-foot Bebo. I thought I had to say it first.
Is it man? Oh, well, yeah, I guess he just kind of,
The one that ate Gary's nipple. Let's just put it that way.
yeah. Well,
Poor nipple.
I guess if you're taking Bebo, I'll handle the unicorn.
That's why I took it, because I knew you can handle it.
Would you rather have to survive in a snowsuit in the desert or naked in Antarctica?
Snowsuit desert.
Naked in Antarctica. Snowsuit in a desert.
Naked in Antarctica? You would, I mean, I guess
Sounds like the worst thing.
freezing to death would be better, is a less painful death probably than like dehydration and... Anyways,
I
next
was never thinking I was
question.
going to die. Surviving.
That is true. Would you rather go back in the past to meet your ancestors or go far in the future to meet your great-great-grandchildren?
Good one.
Far in the future.
Back in the past.
That's weird. Yeah, that's truly.
I'm really curious to know what's going to happen to the world, like where we're going, what's going to happen.
I don't want to know.
Would you rather have a rewind button on life or a pause button on life?
Pause.
That was an amazing jinx. Like, perfect sync. Touche.